So next up, we have a clip from Asmongold where he says, "Blizzard won, I gave up." Okay. It's funny because this was followed by another video where he says, "Why I play World of Warcraft." It's weird. It's very weird. It goes from Blizzard won, I give up, to why I play World of Warcraft. I might just watch both of them. We'll see.
I'm going to make one thing clear. If 70% of the players said tomorrow, I will unsub, and they did because of the store mounts, the store would be removed from World of Warcraft that day. It would be...
Not the store, because you said store mounts. The store mounts would be removed that day. Yes, I agree.
Done. Yeah, here's what my problem with the store mounts is. Do a mount special. It's actually really, really good timing. So how many other mounts do that? Yeah, what's that? So do any other mounts do that? Let's look at some of the new mounts that got added in 9.1. Let's look at the Fallen Charger. Wow. Let's look at the Gladiator mount. Wow.
That's
so
amazing.
The Chinese realms, they're not just getting this brand new mount, they are also getting no shit. The Chinese realms also have a bundle with the Swift Spectral Tiger. And it's only on Burning Crusade Classic. Which, by the way, didn't I say that they were going to add TCG mounts into Burning Crusade Classic as 6-month inducements? Didn't I say that? Yep.
Hey, if we had NFTs, you could have a Spectral Tiger NFT, so there's that, I guess. It's so sad. It's so friggin' sad, dude. It's like, and here's the interesting thing, like, we have mount specials in 14 on a lot of the mounts that you can get in-game. Like, for instance, you look at mostly in Beast Tribe mounts, if I remember correctly, those have like the best ones. But like if you look at the tank that I like to run around in, the rolling tankard, I'm sure there's like a YouTube video of it somewhere. Let me just see here. Rolling tankard XIV for people that have never. Little tank thing shoots. Come on, shoot. Isn't that cool? That's the cool little thing. Like, look, it shoots. It doesn't actually do anything, but it shoots. And that's fun. And if you hit NPCs with a little puff of pink cloud comes out, it's cool. It's like you can just get these things in game.
Wow. That's too bad, huh? They probably got the idea from you. I wouldn't be fucking surprised. So I'd like to just go ahead and see how much a TCG card is worth, right? Reigns of the Swift Spectral Tiger.
Like
you
3,
can get this mount. This mount can be yours for the low price of $7,599. So if you want to get this mount, you've got to shell out $7 fucking grand, or you can buy a 6-month sub. So on the WoW China announcement post, they also included a short video for showing off the reigns of the Swift Spectral Tiger. Oh, here's the video. Let's watch the video. Here we go. This is straight from the CCP. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Look at that. There it is. That's the world that we live in now. I do think that Blizzard won. They did. Blizzard won. You're right. Blizzard did win. They've successfully demoralized the player base and removed the sense of integrity of the game so much that people don't care about it anymore. And because they don't care about it anymore, they're completely fine with new store mounts. They're even celebrating it on Twitter. It's because they don't give a shit anymore. The sense of satisfaction and fulfillment is now bought for a WoW token. I'm not going to support another movement of spitting on people or something like that anymore, because nobody else will. I don't want...
Because not even you care about it anymore. Right? Not even Asmongold cares about it anymore. I mean, come on. You're still playing the game. And I know that he said he's always going to play the game because the moment-to-moment gameplay of World of Warcraft feels amazing. Like Bellular says in a lot of his videos, you press button does thing. It's faster paced and more fluid than 14 in a lot of aspects. That's just the truth. Do I like playing 14 more? Yeah, I do. But this World of Warcraft still has that fluidity. That is not the same. Like, for instance, a very easy example to figure out is for any player that has ever played World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV, if you think about the warrior charge. If you think about the warrior charge versus the tank gap closers in Final Fantasy XIV, it's night and day. The World of Warcraft one is just better. It's like, look, I'm a realist here, right? I prefer playing the 14 thing, but there are certain things, like we even have this on our Savage raids when Ava, our tank, our warrior tank, he does the thing like the warriors have a new animation where he just like kind of spins in the air and then does a big slam, and you can see because he's trying to do mechanics, and he picks up this tether for the second boss, and he's moving the tether away. But you also have to be doing your rotation while you're doing all of these things. So he's moving the tether away, and he presses the button, and we all see that he literally stops moving because the animation locks him in place. Goes like, and then he continues doing the mechanic because it's not fluid. You know, it's like, you know, it's Primal Rend. Yeah, that thing. So, you know, the World of Warcraft does have that. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people struggle with when they're moving from WoW to 14. I definitely struggled with that a lot. But I've gotten used to it, and honestly, I don't care because 14 is just such a much better game that I don't give a fuck how fluid World of Warcraft is. It could fucking do me a hand job while I'm playing it, and it still wouldn't make a damn difference.
To stand alone fighting against this while everybody else is acting better than me.
Yeah.
The truth is that whenever we started, McConnell and I started the spit on players with storm mounts thing, I was universally disagreed with by pretty much every single other content.
Yeah, because every content creator banded up against him because it was good for their image. Because a lot of people, they care about what's good for them. It's like, oh yeah, Asmongold's the bad one. Yeah, he tells people to spit on people that buy mounts. That's a no. You shouldn't do that to people. It's like, yes, you fucking should. And at the end of the day, he's one of the few people that actually cares about the fucking game, dude. Say whatever the fuck you want, but all of these people, these fucking Blizzard apologists, they have no fucking idea the damage that they're dealing to the game. Every single fucking time, dude. Every single fucking time that somebody comes out and fucking justifies the bullshit that Blizzard is doing to the video game is making a worse fucking game. Don't fucking apologize for these people. If they're making shit game, call them out on it. Don't be like, oh, well, you know, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's the other, you know, they're going to get better. It's just like, it's like that thing where it's like, oh, it's going to get better. This time is going to be different. This time she's going to treat me right. Yeah, it's that fucking copium. It's like, oh, it's going to be better. Everything's going to be great. Like, you guys remember the Soul Breezy video? If you commit to diligent farming, and the preach response, no. You got to commit, you fucking pussy. You gotta commit. Such copium, dude. It's like, it's the truth. And it would have been great if he was more successful with this initiative. But what did Blizzard do? Blizzard's like, well, we're just gonna remove /spit from the game. I'm surprised Blizzard didn't outright ban him. But you see, Blizzard doesn't ban Asmongold because they understand that a lot of the people that watch Asmongold still play the fucking video game. They understand that there's more money to be made by not banning Asmongold, because it's pretty easy to find out where the /spit movement came from. Don't tell me that people at Blizzard didn't know that Asmongold's the one who started it. It's fairly easy. But Blizzard recognizes that, banning him from the game is going to have a huge negative impact on their bottom line. They realize this, and they don't want that. They want money. They care more about money than they care about enforcing their fucking TOS or whatever. They don't give a fuck. They removed /spit. Yeah, they did. They also removed a bunch of jokes from /joke because you can't have fun. They literally removed a joke about women farting in bathtubs. It was one of the human female jokes or whatever, where she said that she likes to fart in the bathtub or whatever. They removed that. Fucking hell, dude. What a joke.
Creator. If all of the content creators supported me in this, I think that it would have had a different impact.
Yeah, it would.
But it didn't, because nobody else supported me.
Because they're pussies.
And what I've learned is that if you want to make change, you have to do something that is abrasive. You have to do something that is personal.
I agree.
You have to make a real change. And you have to not be afraid to be a piece of shit. And spitting on people like that and making a movement about it, you're kind of a piece of shit for doing that. But in my opinion, it was for a good cause. But the truth is that every other WoW player, every other WoW streamer, content creator disagreed with me. And I am not going to fight against the current here. I don't want to stand and fight this alone. I'm tired of doing it. It's been 10 years now that we've had store mounts. When was the first time I put salt on my head for the store mount? In like 2011, 2012. Don't die on that hill? I don't need to die on the hill if people aren't trying to kill me. You're not going to die on any hill unless someone tries to come to kill you. So I think that's just such a stupid thing to say. Anyway, doesn't matter if the contractors supported you, the players supported you, and those are the people that count. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. The truth is that it just was not enough to make a difference. Because I'm going to make one thing clear. If 70% of the players said tomorrow, I will unsub, and they did because of the store mounts, the store would be removed from World of Warcraft that day. It would be done. It would be 100% done. And if you can get enough people together, you can do anything that you want. Why do you think the streamers didn't agree? Because it was a hostile action against...
Because it's bad for their image. It's that simple. It's bad for their brand. Because they want to maintain a good relationship with Blizzard. It's good for them to maintain a good relationship with Blizzard because it gives them opportunities to interview people. And it's sad, but that it is what it is. I think that people should always be respectful, but at the same time, I feel like, as Asmongold said, a lot of creators went after him. Like you could have remained neutral and not, involve your branding if that is so important for you. You could have remained neutral and just not engage with it, but people actively chastised that part of what he did, and that was the problem.
Against other players, and they thought that it would put their relationship with Blizzard at risk.
Yeah,
you don't want to shit where you eat, and they don't want to put that at risk because many other WoW content creators, let's be honest, if they try to stream another game, their channel dies. So that's why. That's why they didn't agree with me. Think they disagreed with being a piece of shit, which is a good thing? Well, yeah, but I thought it was for a good cause. And the truth is that it worked. So you can call me a piece of shit, but you can't say it was ineffective. It worked so well that Blizzard took it out of the game. They literally took it out of the game, a Burning Crusade. They banned you from typing /spit before they banned you from typing the N-word with the hard R. Think about that. It worked. I don't care about being mean. I care about doing something that works. That's it. That's all I give a shit about. Does it work? Okay, do it. That's it. Everything else is secondary to me. Only the goal matters. Ends justify the means? Yeah. Actual sociopath talk? Actual, effectiveness. Call it whatever you want. Label it whatever you want. Talk shit as much as you want. It fucking worked. There are a lot of people out there that are looking for a sentence to live their life by. Stop looking for that. Stop looking for a sentence to live your life by that everything in your world has to conform to this sentence. Life is complex. There are exceptions to everything. Sometimes you have to take different perspectives in different times, and you have to take different approaches depending on the situation. Murdering people you don't like is effective too, doesn't make it right. Yeah, but the truth is that over the course of history, they've done that many fucking times. There is a level in which it's too much, right? Absolutely. But I don't think that spitting on somebody is the same as murdering somebody. These are not the same thing. Should response to storm out owners contribute to counter-spitting measures, such as spitting on storm out spitters? Spitception? Sounds fun to me. Yeah, I don't care. Really, the reason why I stopped promoting it, and I don't care about it anymore, is because literally everybody else disagreed with me. And I know whenever I'm going to come out ahead from something and whenever I'm not. And I realize that I'm not going to come out ahead from this. There's too many people that disagree with me collectively. And my opinion is not the majority opinion. I don't have enough people to enact the change. Too fucking bad. Go home. That's it. That's the way it goes. Sometimes you take an L. And that's just, yeah, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. It's the one I said earlier, right? The Azaro quote from fucking Path of Exile. An emperor must know precisely where he stands. It's important to know where you stand and where you're at. Would you say you swallowed your pride? I'd say I spit it out. A player base didn't disagree, only the content creators disagreed with you because they decided to make WoW their job, and so Blizzard's opinion is more important than them for what's good for the game? No, there were enough players that disagreed and not enough people stood behind me. They just didn't. They didn't stand behind me. They didn't support me. And I'm tired of being a punching bag. I don't want to do it alone. You be selling notes game much? Yeah, as I said, these are some of the new samples that we got. I got the pants too. I know whenever, like, the thing is that there are times, and this is what I said before, right? I said this before with the Alinity thing. I said it with the being okay with your girlfriend doing OnlyFans. There have been many cases where my opinion on something is just simply not what other people think. Even though I think I'm right. You know desperately, you know inside of yourself with every fiber of your being that you are right, and no one agrees with you. Sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes you just get fucked. It sucks whenever that happens. Sometimes you can take up arms against it and you can fight back. Other times you have to wait for other people to see your perspective through time. And other times let
me just say, listen, if you haven't seen the perspective through time now, considering that fucking, when did the Sparkle Pony come out? It was like 2011, 2010. When was it? I forget when the Sparkle Pony came out. Listen, if it's taken you this amount of years, like over a fucking decade, to understand where Blizzard stands with store mounts, Jesus fucking Christ, the education system has failed you like something fierce. Holy shit.
Just lose. And that's the way it goes. Sometimes you're wrong, though, even though you thought you aren't. Well, if I think that I'm wrong, like I just said before, right, that I was wrong about the New World thing, I have no problem admitting whenever I'm wrong, but majority rule does not tell me that I'm wrong. I can have every single person in the world tell me that I'm wrong, and I'm still not wrong in my mind. I don't care about if a bunch of people tell me that I'm wrong. It doesn't really make a difference to me. Truth is not a democracy. However, to some degree, it can be a dictatorship. And it was just the wrong opinion to have. It's called being delusional? No, it's not. How is it not delusional to bend the way that you feel to a majority rule? Yeah, and if people think I'm delusional, that's fine. It doesn't really matter to me. That's the way it goes. COVID deniers not delusional, though? That's a ban. That's a ban. That's another fucking ban. I swear to God, guys, like, I am just so sick of these gotchas, these gotchas, like something that I didn't say that is now taken out of context to mean something else. Like, no, we're not doing that. People coming out with this out of context comparisons. because they're stupid and they think they're smart. Why don't you do the animation for this one, for the TBC mount? So it's got a little bug flying around and it eats the bug. There are arguments to be made about which one is better, which one you like more. And I think that like a matter of preference does, yeah, there's that one too. So if you look at a lot of these store mounts, you see that they have unique animations. They are not really reskins. Like this one, for example, is not a reskin. I think that maybe that spin around thing is a... there are other mounts that have that, but I'm not sure if it's the exact same. It's not that size of a mount. Higher res textures, yeah. So like if you look at these mounts, like this one right here, these are much more higher res textures than the mounts that we're getting in game in many regards. And the reason why I and a lot of other people don't like these store mounts is because of that disparity. For example, in Final Fantasy, I think that people are more okay with store mounts because the store mounts are not a measurable level of difference higher. All right, let's see this. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Go ahead. Do the mount special.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's way cooler than a lot of the other things that we can get in game. So what I'm really trying to get at here is that I think any player of WoW should feel this way, because we pay for the game, we pay for a subscription to the game, we also pay for expansions, and even though we pay for the game 3 times, it's not enough. They have to make you pay 4 times. And the thing is that now they are adding it into the store through the 6-month bundle. So it locks people into a sub, and also they get the mount for free. Because obviously, like, that person is paying $77 as a guarantee. Many of the in-game mounts are on old skeletons. They reuse the same skeletons. Yeah. And so, like, you can make an argument that you prefer many of the in-game mounts and many of the in-game, like, aesthetics. But you cannot make an argument that many of these store mounts have unique animations that you don't see anywhere else. They also have, I think, objectively better design. And what happens with these store mounts, and this is the trap that Blizzard has fallen into, is that the better looking a store mount is, the more it's going to sell, right? Because why would somebody want to buy a shitty looking mount? So they make the store mounts look comparatively better than the in-game mounts to create an inducement for people to buy them. Because people buy things like this to stand out and look special and look cool. And that's why they do it. And if you have something like that, you want people to feel as special as possible. A store mount's reskinned Recruiter Friend, isn't it? Recruiter Friend, it's all on the same spectrum, but it's like at some point, like, I usually buy the collector's edition and I get the mount from that. But like, why do I really buy that? I don't know. Do you feel the same way about cosmetics in games that are free? No, I don't. I think that games that are free, or even games that are buy to play that have continuous development, I'm much more okay with microtransactions because that's their business model. A game like Guild Wars 2, or a game like New World, for example, or also a game that's free to play like Path of Exile. I'm completely okay with microtransactions in those games. And the reason for that is because that's their business model. And I think that you should have to pay for a game to some degree. Like, I don't think you should just be able to play every game for free, and anytime you have to pay for a game, it's bad. Like, I don't look at it like that. I think it's fair. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to for me. Why do they spend time doing high-res text for animation and mounts? Well, because it sells more. They get more people to buy it. And that's what happens.
Unique.
And I think that a lot of people in the game, they see a mount like this, and this is a unique mount. It has a unique animation. It's not really a reskin or a recolor. I mean, while it is effectively a tiger, and it shares a lot of the similarities with the tigers that exist in the game, this is, in many ways, a separate mount. In a lot of ways. It flies around, it has wings. There's a lot more to it. I think that cosmetics do matter. I think that cosmetics matter in every facet of human life and human psychology. I think that cosmetics matter whenever somebody gets a Burger King crown and they feel special for it. I think that cosmetics matter whenever somebody buys a $200,000 car, not so they can go fast, so they can show off that they can afford a $200,000 car. I think that cosmetics matter whenever you have a gold star system that children usually have in school in order to get them to behave well. Why are you behaving well? Well, it's for the gold star system. But the gold star is just a cosmetic. Well, yeah, but it's a gold star, so I want it. Everybody cares about cosmetics in all walks of life and pretty much everywhere. Unless you're living in a Tibetan monastery, cosmetics are a very strong form of status in games and also in real life. Do you really think that the Gucci bag that you buy for $4,700 is, 100 times better than the bag that you could get at Walmart for 100 times less the price? No, it's not. It's not equivalent to that degree at all. I'm sure the Gucci bag might have a higher quality, but it's not equivalent to its price. And the reason for that is because people buy things like that. They're not buying it for the quality, they're buying it for the status. And the status of that is cosmetic. Cosmetics and status matter more to people in a lot of ways than things that people would say really matter. Like having good food, or having a nice house, or having, let's say, I don't know, just different amenities that make your life easier. A brand new iPhone, yeah, sure. People care more about cosmetics than they do about their own quality of life in our culture. So I think to use the argument that cosmetics don't matter and cosmetics are irrelevant is just completely ignorant of what drives our society fundamentally. I think that
cosmetics do matter, definitely. It's just one of those things that people are willing to accept cosmetics depending on what the pay structure of the game is. Like he talked about, for instance, if you get something like a Guild of Wars, if you get something like a Guild Wars 2, right? It's like, this is a game that's buy to play, and they sell you stuff. But it's like, well, yeah, but you're not paying a monthly fee. That's why it's okay. In a lot of ways, if World of Warcraft is just like, hey, you buy the game, you buy the expansions, that's it. I think a lot more people would be okay with the store mounts. Yeah, sure, whatever, buy the store mount. The problem is when you are trying to get subscription fee out of somebody, and then you're also trying to get them to buy the game and to buy the expansion, and on top of it, you're constantly flashing these store mounts that are way better than the mounts that are actually in the game. That's pretty fucking disgusting. That's pretty fucking bad. If you look at Monster Hunter Rise, for instance, I've said multiple times throughout the podcast that it's like I feel like they skewed a little bit too heavily into the cosmetics, because I feel like they sold you a lot of cosmetics in Monster Hunter Rise, and it's like, in a way, I don't care that much, because ultimately the cooler cosmetics are in the game. Like, I haven't really seen like a cosmetic armor that you can get in Monster Hunter Rise where I was like, oh my god, I need that armor. It's mostly like, yeah, it looks okay, it's whatever. I still prefer the stuff that is in the game, because you can craft literally every armor in the game and then some in order to use as layered armor. So it's whatever, right? But the problem with Blizzard is that they blow their load. Everything that they blow their load on is in the store. And then the people that are actually playing the video game, they get the fucking table scraps. That's what you get. That's ultimately the point. It's like, the people playing the game, you get fucking table scraps. There's no real unique mounts and WoW. You get fucking reskull. You get reskin number 10. Like I said, like, you can literally get Rathalos in Final Fantasy 14, and you can't get it by buying, at least not that I'm aware of. You have to actually go do the Rathalos encounter, which is cool. And you get a really cool mount for it. You can get the tank mount, which is really cool. You can get that by just doing the Dwarven Beast Trap quest. And it's awesome. It's an awesome looking mount with unique animations and shit. You know? And then they also sell you some stuff. Like I'm still not a big fan of Cruise Chaser being in the store. Like I've said my piece about that. I did buy it to support their efforts in being cool about giving players like 21 days of free time on the launch of a new expansion because they had the server issues. And I thought that was cool. But it's like, most of the mounts that you have in 14 is like whatever. The mounts that you have in the store, it's like whatever, because there's way cooler mounts in game. That's the thing. And Blizzard doesn't see that this is what they're doing. Like that, they're literally basically, you know how Asmongold made the /spit thing, right? To spit on people that were buying store mounts. Well, Blizzard didn't just do /spit.
So
Blizzard actually spit in people's faces. They actively spit in the faces of the players that can't afford the store mounts. They spit on them. How do they spit on them? By the people that have store mounts, they can just go there and fucking flex on them. They literally just flex on them with their fancy fucking store mount. They're just like, oh, hey, I got a really cool mount. Oh, you don't have a mount, you broke-ass bitch. That's what you are. You're a broke-ass bitch. You can't afford a mount. They're like, Jesus, fuck, dude. What the hell? Also, BSQI2, thank you very much for making 20 people grossly incandescent. That's a tip of the hat to you. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. Damn. Thank you. You're too kind. You're too kind. It's more than I deserve. No, I got to do it, BSQI. Them's the rules.
A lot of people are motivated by cosmetics. I think that a lot of people do care about cosmetics in game.
Definitely.
And a lot of these guys, for example, what mount is this guy riding on? He's riding on a rare mount. He's riding on a rare mount. Rare mount. Very rare mount. Trust me, I know. Rare mount. All of these people are on rare mounts. If I go down to the bottom of Oribos, you're going to see more people on rare mounts. Do you know why? Because they like showing them off. They like showing off the fact that they had that accomplishment. People care about that. Azeroth's champion. Let's look at some of these titles, right? Grand Marshal, Hand of the Archon, Hero of the Alliance, the Party Herald. That one's actually kind of a pain in the ass to get, if you can believe that. So it's evidenced even in this very small sample. We see this many times. That's why you get high views on mount-offs and transmount comps rather than mythic runs. Yeah, and also because they're better personality content that's accessible by more people. But, of course, part of that is that as well. So what I'm saying is that to say that cosmetics don't matter, and look at this person, right? The original Brewfest mount on a Horde character. That's incredible. It's got to be fucking Tamon. Of course, this guy's like one of the only people in the game that has more shit than I do. A lot of
I have the Horde Brewfest mount on my main. I have the Brewfest Kodo on my main. Just saying. Just saying.
A lot of these things here, and the way that people carry themselves in everyday life, indicates that cosmetics matter. And I do think that it really makes a difference. It makes people feel special. And
I mean, you want more about cosmetics mattering? Like, look, I grinded, I think for like 6 or 9 months or something. It was like giving birth. The amount of months that I grinded for Thunder Fury, the Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. I grinded that for months. And I can't even, and it's like at the time, you couldn't even transmog that into an actual weapon. I just wanted to have it because it looked amazing. I just wanted to have it. I couldn't even actually use it. Like it wasn't viable to use it in a dungeon, and you couldn't transmog it for the longest time because it was a legendary weapon. But I still put in the effort to go get it.
They like that a lot. And I think that this is really what it is, right? Is like Blizzard, this is what they do with these store mounts, is that they add store mounts into the game. Like, do you really think that it was a coincidence that Blizzard added a store mount into the game on the same day that they announced a new project for Blizzard, the survival game? Do you really think that this was just some big coincidence? I don't think it was. I think that they did this on purpose so that they could mask the negativity surrounding it. So if you buy, oh wow, So the Spectral Tiger, they're selling this for $200. Look at this. So the bundle that includes the Swift Spectral Tiger, the Winlow mount, that's the other tiger mount that we saw earlier, the Goblin Kettle toy is $267. If you don't have the Spectral Tiger, it's only $49. So Blizzard is literally selling this for $200. Listen, you want the mount? $200. 200. Let me get my 200 and then I'm done. I want to also just, I want to suck my own dick just a little bit, okay? When did I say it was going to come out? With the tier releases. With tier 5 or tier 6. Man, that is just crazy. There's things I'm right about and things that I'm not right about yet.
It's very sad to see how broken he is with, he's pretty much broken, right? Blizzard broke him. He had fighting spirit, and he lost a big chunk of his fighting spirit because nobody stood with him. No other content creator stood with him in the /Spitgate. It's so sad, dude. So fucking sad. It's let me tell you right now, with Blizzard, if they see this video, I can assure you that there are people at Blizzard that are going fucking yes! We fucking broke him! We fucking broke him! Yeah! I guarantee you, there's people at Blizzard that are fucking celebrating this. Those developers that go to Twitter and fucking, talk shit about him and then don't quote him to make sure that, there's less chance of him actually getting ever seeing the shit that they talk about him. The people that talk behind this fucking back, these fucking sad people, they're fucking celebrating right now that they broke this man's spirit. Good job. Good fucking job. It's fucking sad, dude. Fucking sad.